Hello, and welcome to day 4 of this 12 days of yoga journey. I'm so happy to be here and so happy to have you here. Today's practice is called breath, and that is specifically what the focus is today. Breathing, becoming one with our breath, as we do in, of course, all yoga practices. There's just going to be an extra emphasis on it today. When it comes to props, I recommend having a cushion to sit on, a pillow to have, which can be really nice for ending off the practice, as well as some type of folded blanket or towel that can also come in handy throughout some of the postures today. And of course, an open mind and a safe space. Today, as well as all of the practices in this journey, are pregnancy safe. So, welcome, my pregnant mamas. But it is also all levels yogi safe, which is awesome. So, everyone is welcome on this 12-day journey. Whether you're here every day or just for today, I'm so happy to have you. So, jump into something comfy that you can move in. Maybe grab a glass of water, grab your props, set up your space, and let's get started. Beautiful. So today we will be starting in a cross-legged position. You can grab that cushion that I mentioned at the beginning to place under your hips. It can be really nice to give yourself some extra space. Begin by aligning your spine, rolling your shoulders up, back, and down as always. Closing down the eyes. And today we are going to begin with a mini little breathwork session. You can begin by placing one of your hands over your heart and one of your hands over your belly, your lower abdomen region. You can also keep your eyes open with a gentle gaze if that feels more safe for you, more aligned rather than having your eyes closed. And today we're just going to be focusing on a very gentle, very simple belly breath. So together, at your own pace, to your own limit, we will inhale, feel our belly expand, and on our exhale, we'll feel it deflate. Just that simple. And we'll be here for several minutes, just allowing ourselves to ground down into this moment, connect with your breath, and be here. And let's begin by inhaling in, filling up the belly as much as you can, feeling it balloon and expand open. And as soon as you're ready to let go, exhale, slow breath out of your nose or out of your mouth, whatever serves you best. Feeling the belly deflate naturally. Taking several more rounds of this at your own pace. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Continuing in silence. Coming back to your breath if you've lost it, continuing for a few more rounds, allowing your body and your mind to guide you. Inhaling in positive energy, happiness, compassion for yourself and for others. Exhaling out and letting go of anything that is no longer serving you. Few more just like so. One last one. Make it your biggest, your most expansive. Let it all go. Once you've emptied it all out, you can begin to open your eyes and release your hands from your chest and from your belly, bringing them to your knees and coming right into some gentle neck rolls. Rolling your neck to the right and taking a full circle to the back. If you feel any pain or discomfort at any time, please stop by just doing halfway neck rolls. Going all the way back can be rather intense for some. We're just going to take 2 going to the right and then reverse that circle, evening it out. Stretching and rolling through any kinks, maybe rocking back and forth if you find a spot in particular that needs a little extra love. Beautiful. Once you've evened it out, coming back through center. Beginning to tiptoe your fingers, walking them out to the right. Taking that left hand and just applying a little bit of light pressure as you bring your neck to the left. Feeling that beautiful stretch down the right side of your neck. If this is too intense with your hand over your head, you can always remove it, placing it back on your knee, or even place it on your chest and just gently kind of pulling that collarbone down. You can feel the stretch in a different area. Just breathing here for a few breaths. Coming back to that breath, that focal point of today's practice. Beautiful. Releasing the left hand and beginning to walk that left hand out. Dipping the neck over to the right, and your choice, yogi's choice, placing that right hand over the head, just applying a little bit of light pressure to deepen the stretch, or maybe placing it on the chest, pulling slightly down on the collarbone, doing what serves you in each and every moment and posture. In and out through the nose or through the mouth with your breath. Feeling your heartbeat in your chest with one more inhale and exhale here. Beautiful. Releasing the hands, bringing them to your knees, and continuing with the neck stretch. Just one more. Bringing the neck forward, chin to chest. Inhaling in. And on your exhale, opening up through the throat, that throat chakra and the heart space, bringing the neck back. Going to your limits, stopping wherever you need to. One more. Bringing that chin to your chest. And exhale slowly, preventing any jerking motion, protecting the neck, bringing that neck back. Beautiful. Slowly rising up through center. Beautiful. Extending out through the legs into a straddle position. You don't have to push yourself going into a full split, just opening up your legs so you feel a little bit of a stretch in your inner thigh region. And here you can use your folded blanket as a little bit of extra support underneath your arm. Or you can just come down by beginning to place your right palm over your calf and coming into a beautiful side stretch as your left arm comes over your head, stretching through that side body, opening up. If at any point, especially for my pregnant mamas out there, if it's feeling too uncomfortable, if your belly's getting in the way, you can always come out of it a little bit and just take a little less deep of a stretch, stopping wherever you need to. Coming back to your breath for a few more rounds. One more inhale in here. Exhale, coming out of the stretch, back through center, realigning and centering that spine before we set up for that left side, taking your blanket with you as support if you need to, and coming down, finding that beautiful position that feels good for you, extending that right arm overhead, maybe sending the gaze to the ceiling, maybe looking down. I like to close my eyes to drop in deeper and finding that breath again. Two more inhales and exhales here. One more, inhaling in. Beautiful, slowly preventing any head rush. Coming back up through center. Beautiful. Bringing the legs together and coming onto hands and knees. Removing that cushion from underneath you. If you had it there, just setting it off to the side. We'll be using that later. Coming onto hands and knees. Begin to open your knees to the width of the mat, bringing the big toes to touch. And instead of just dropping down into child's pose, like you probably want to do right now, we're actually going to move through some movement into child's pose. So to begin, we're going to come through pose, sending the gaze high, dropping the belly down. And on your exhale, we're going to float back, pressing the hips into the heels through child's pose. We're going to take a few rounds of that. Moving through the spine, opening up the heart and the chest, inhaling. Exhale as you send the hips back. Just waking up the body a little bit, bringing in some movement. One more, inhale, opening up through the chest, pressing the belly down. And exhale, allowing yourself to melt down into that full child's pose. Opening your legs as wide as you need to. Giving yourself plenty of room for your belly. Opening up through the hips. Allowing yourself to melt into the earth here. Allowing the ground to hold you. Staying here for a couple minutes. Nowhere to be, but right here, right now, in this moment. Feeling yourself drop deeper with each exhale. Allowing each breath to nourish you, your mind, and your body. Noticing any emotions or tension that's being released. Let it go. Beautiful. You can begin to slowly rise by lifting your head, walking your hands closer, and coming into tabletop. Bringing those knees to about hip distance apart now. Leveling out through the back, creating that nice tabletop position. Rolling the shoulders away, lengthening through the neck and the spine. We're going to begin by extending out your right leg and extending out your left arm. Seeing how that feels, finding your balance. Begin to slowly lift that right leg, adjusting yourself if you need a little bit more space. Beautiful. And we're going to take some gentle crunches. So if you are pregnant and you have a belly, instead of going straight in to your knee, you can open out your knee a little bit. And I'll show you from this angle. Instead of going like this, if your belly's getting in the way, you can just open it out slightly, making a little bit of a wider crunch. Beautiful. So finding that position. Left arm out, right leg out. Begin. We're going to do 5 crunches. Exhaling as we crunch. Inhaling as we extend. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing down. Coming back into that tabletop. Coming back to your breath, steadying it out. Before we take this to the other side, extending through the left leg now. Extending through the right arm, finding your balance before you begin to lift. And going right into it this time. Beginning by exhaling for 5. Inhaling as you lengthen. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping the hand, releasing back into tabletop. Staying here, maybe releasing one hand, shaking it out, giving each of the wrists a little bit of a break. You can even come off of them completely and just shake them out. I like to take little intuitive breaks in between. Beautiful. Coming back down to tabletop. We're going to do a similar posture now, but this time we're going to be bringing our leg out to a right angle. So I'll show you starting with the left side, but you can start with left or right. Beginning by extending out the right arm, extending out the left leg like we did in the last posture, opening it up now, like so, and back down through center. So we're just going to do 5 of those on each side. Once again, starting on whichever side you prefer. Coming back through tabletop position. Extending out through the right or left leg. Extending out through the opposite arm. And we begin. Gauging through the core, sucking the belly in slightly. And once you've done 5, you can return back to center, tabletop, shaking it out a little bit before we even it out on the other side. Beautiful, you got this. Last round of these. Coming back to your breath, allowing it to guide you and center you. As you lift up the opposite leg and opposite arm, coming right in. Let's go. Beautiful. Dropping down the hand, coming off of the wrist, shaking them out, giving yourself a little bit of a wiggle, bringing a smile to your face, thanking your body. Place one hand over your heart and one hand over your belly, connecting back to your breath, slowing down the heart rate, feeling the heartbeat in your chest and knowing that you can control it and slow it down by becoming aware of your breath, which I find so fascinating and so interesting. Beautiful. You can release your hands. For the sake of the video, I'm going to turn towards you so you can see me better, but you can stay where you are at if you have enough space going off to either side, because we're going to be extending out our legs to the side of us. Coming into a kneeling position, your bum off of those heels now. Begin to walk out your right leg, extending it out, bringing the toes to face towards the front of your mat. Inhaling, lengthening through the spine, placing your right hand over your right knee, thigh, or even calf, depending on how far you'd like to go. Inhale, opening up through the left arm. And just like we did in that side straddle stretch, stretching over, feeling that beautiful stretch down the left side body. Again, being mindful if you're feeling any pulling or tugging or discomfort, you can always back out of the stretch slightly. If you're feeling any tension or discomfort in the knee, you can also take that folded blanket and place it under the knee. That can be a sensitive area for some. Breathing here for 2 breaths. Into the belly, out through the nose or mouth. Beautiful. Coming up through center and bringing that left hand down now, down the left leg, stretching over with the right arm. Feeling that stretch down the right side body now. Counteracting that stretch. Just 2 breaths here. Keeping the spine long and lengthened. Beautiful. Returning back through center. From here, you're going to slowly, with steadiness and balance, begin to walk this right foot out in front of you. I'm going to turn now to face to make sure you can see. And we're just going to bring ourselves into a half split, using our hands to balance and frame that right foot. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, folding over to your limit. Feeling that beautiful stretch throughout the back of the entire leg, maybe even up into the glute. It's okay if your back domes slightly, just being mindful of where you are. With each exhale, dropping a little bit deeper. One more inhale in. And on your exhale, walking your hands back up slowly. Bringing that right foot back to meet the left, coming back into kneeling. And we'll just repeat that now on the left side. So beginning by extending out through that left foot, having those toes point out to the top of your mat. Bring the left hand down onto the left leg. Inhale, rise that right arm as you dip and send your body over to the left. Being mindful of how this side may feel different from your other. Coming back to your breath. Two more breaths here. Breathing into the belly and the chest. Beautiful. Coming up through center. Allowing that right hand to glide down that right thigh. Bringing the left arm high now over the head as we send our body to the right. Stretching through that left side body. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more. Beautiful. Releasing that top arm. Coming back through center. And at your own pace, coming into that half split posture. Walking that left foot out in front of you. Dropping the hands to frame the leg. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, folding forward. Giving yourself all the room and space you need. Only coming down as far as what feels good. Where you still feel that good stretch, but you aren't having any pain or discomfort. Beautiful. One more breath here. And on your exhale, lifting your hands slowly, bring them to your hips and gently walking back that left leg to meet the right. Coming off of the knees, bringing the sit bones to touch the heels, placing your hands over your thighs and just dropping back into that breath. Slowing down the heart rate once again. Maybe placing one hand over your heart and one hand over your belly. If that's fully. Beautiful. Again, to release the hands, come back up onto your knees. Begin to place the palms of your hands to your lower back, upper butt. And here we're going to take a gentle camel pose. Now, if it is within your practice, you can drop into a deeper camel pose. I won't be demonstrating that today just due to me being over 6 months along. I feel more comfortable doing just a very gentle back bend, but please take whatever feels good to you. Begin by inhaling, rolling the shoulders up, back, and down, aligning the spine, pressing those hands into the lower back. And on your exhale, begin to slowly just dip and arch your back slightly, sending your neck back, gazing high to the sky. Inhale in here. Exhale out. One more inhale in here. And on your exhale, coming out of the back bend, sending those sit bones back to meet your heels. Resetting. We're going to do that one more time together. Taking a moment to reset, to refresh, to prepare ourselves. Beautiful. When you're ready, begin to open your eyes if they're closed. Come back through that kneeling position. Place the palms on your lower back. Inhale, roll the shoulders down, prepping for this baby back bend. And on your exhale, begin to send the belly forward, send the neck back, open through the heart and through the chest. Holding here, opening yourself to receive love and kindness. Another big inhale in here, breathing through the full body. Beautiful. Coming back up through center, releasing the hands as you send the sit bones to touch the heels. Resetting. Taking all the time you need. Beautiful. When you are ready, we're going to come back onto the ground, onto our sit bones, readjust ourselves to about the center of the mat. Begin to plant both of your feet down onto the mat and begin to bring your buttocks a little bit closer to your heels as you find your way onto your back. We won't be here long. For my pregnant mamas, I know that can be uncomfortable. Begin to shift your feet slightly closer to where you can almost brush your fingertips to your heels. We're going to be taking a gentle bridge posture here. On an inhale, begin to suck up through the tailbone and through the belly, sending the hips high, pressing down through those hands. Doming the belly, allowing it to be expansive. Fill it up with breath. You can begin to intertwine the fingers underneath if you'd like to do so. Engaging through the glutes, bringing the knees together. Just breathing here, holding for a few breaths. You can take a break whenever you need it. Beautiful. Slowly releasing down, back onto the ground, vertebrae by vertebrae. Knocking your knees from side to side just for a moment. And we're going to take that bridge one more time. Allowing your breath to slow your heart down. Beautiful. Coming back through center, resetting up, walking those heels in. Inhale, begin to send the hips high. Think chin to chest and then chin to sky. You can close down your eyes, intertwine those fingers if you did last time. Breathing into the belly, breathing out. 2 more big breaths here. Beautiful. Release the hands and the fingers if you had them intertwined. Slowly release onto your back. And with one swift but slow motion, roll onto your side. Specifically for my pregnant mamas, we'll be taking our Shavasana lying on our side here. Before coming fully into it, if you'd like, you can grab your pillow for a little bit of cushion under your head or your folded blanket, whatever serves you best. For everyone else, if you would like to just take a typical Shavasana, you can just lie onto your back, spread your legs open, allow the toes to fall, and begin to allow the earth to hold you. Begin to place your hand over your belly, connecting to that belly breath that we did together at the beginning. On your inhale, filling up the belly. On your exhale, blowing all the air out. Feeling the belly and the body deflate. Few more at your own pace without my voice. Last inhale in, thanking yourself for being here today. Exhaling out. If you'd like to stay here, please do for as long as you'd like. If you need to continue on with the rest of your day, you can come with me and gently press your hand into the ground as you slowly press your way back up to where we began in that cross-legged position. Bringing the palms together and gently beginning to rub them and create just a little bit of heat. Picking up the speed a little bit. Once you feel enough heat, enough friction in between your hands, you can separate them and place one over your heart and over your belly. Feeling that electricity, feeling that buzzing, vibrant energy. And with that, I will leave you with a namaste. Thank you so much for being here. Day 4 is in the books. I hope you're feeling more connected to your breath, relaxed, at peace, full of joy and love, because I'm sending that all right back to you. I will see you tomorrow for day 5. Can't believe we're already moving on to day 5 together. Have a beautiful rest of your day. And once again, namaste.